was the places I've traveled to. The movies. That came to me as a super cool bonus because I never dreamt that I would go to these places. So that was a bonus that came to me in the movies, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Because of the movies, you go to like certain places that are terrific. Yeah, and it's all looked after, and you can.
What are some of these places that you went to?
Well, the one that comes to mind is that with the legendary Mr. Shashi Kapoor, who's a legendary hero and one of the, by far, the best-looking leading man ever in the country and anywhere. But he was doing this film called Ajuba, which was it was a Indo-Russian collaboration, and so we shot in Russia, in Moscow. But the point is, we went there when it was still the USSR. It wasn't. It wasn't like Russia, and all these countries hadn't sort of the divisions hadn't been made, and it was still under the Soviet. It was called the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
So the whole dynamic there was really. I thought that we in India were like sort of short of stuff and things, but that Soviet Union was an eye opener.
Yeah.
That the kind of shortages and the kind of issues they had with all the just normal things
Basics.
like going to a shop and things, unavailable food. So Moscow was really exciting because we were in Gorky Studios, which are famous studios in Moscow. So that part of it was very good. The costumes were absolutely amazing. So working with them was really good because they have a very good work ethic. And then we went to a place called Yalta. Yalta is on the Black Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the coast, on the Black Sea. And it's where the famous World War II Yalta conference was held with Stalin, Churchill, and Roosevelt. They had their big, Churchill, Stalin, Roosevelt. They had the big Yalta conference. And it's such a beautiful place, and we were there in the summer, that when it's not misty in Yalta and you go up there, you can see Istanbul right across the Black Sea. So it's amazing because at night you can see the whole city of Istanbul all lit up.
It's lit up.
And it's really fascinating to be able to see another country altogether.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think I would have gone to Yalta on my own if someone told me, you want to go for a holiday, where would you go?
Yalta.
I wouldn't say Yalta. I was like,
It's not on your mind.
where the hell is that? Kind of thing. Not on my mind. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then there are other places which I suppose I would have gone to, like
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Yeah, I've been Switzerland. I've been to Baku recently to shoot a movie.
Azerbaijan.
So these kind of places, I mean, there's the West, which I suppose somewhere down the line, all of us will go to America and to the UK and to Europe,
Yeah.
But these East European countries, I've shot in Latvia as well. So this is fascinating places.
Which one of these places had the best woman?
All of them.
I knew this was coming.
Oh, now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, these
All of them.
East European women,
East Europe.
they are fantastic. They are
That's
just
when you
like,
Go DT.
in the house
so
now.
cool. And I had to go there when I was married and also. It was like, but they're very good looking. Very good looking, well kept, everything. fit looking women.
Yeah. European women, that's like people look up to like the US, and because the women from there are usually famous, like either they're like a singer or an actress, but then there'll be some like woman in a Latvian village somewhere where it's like she's probably
Way
the
prettier
most
than,
attractive.
Become a supermodel out of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah.
look at all the Russian
The Russian.
models and things. I mean, now that it's opened up, you find a lot of those East European and the Russian models. I mean, they are supermodels. So, yeah, I mean, it's that's what it is. You're right. I mean, the American singers, they're good as well.
It's
but
just genetics, like at the end of the day.
I have to say, yeah, there has to be some kind of genetics in it, because it's not just one or two. I mean, when we went to the Soviet Union, it was like dozens of them. I mean, they were just stunners. I mean, they're like, wow, what's this? It's not like just one odd woman that you see. So I have to say somewhere that, you okay?
Yeah. I'm good.
He's a little excited.
I'm good.
Well, bless you.
Thank
You're sneezing, yeah. So, I mean, I tend to think it is genetic, could be genetic. I mean, I don't know from that point of view. But that's what we used to all say. कि यार कि इतनी सारी खूबसूरत लड़कियां कहाँ से आ गई है? एक दो ठीक है, लेकिन यार ये तो कहीं भी देखो.
You all were just walking and telling each other, "Idhar dekho,
Yeah, we
udhar
used to say,
dekho."
look at this, look at that. Arey, wow, look. Oh, God. It's like mind-boggling.
Did you speak to any?
Huh?
Did you speak to any? Or
Yeah,
like I'm an actor from India.
They were only familiar with Raj Kapoor and Mithun Chakraborty. Because Disco Dancer had released by then.
Okay.
I'm talking 88, 89, around 88,
Okay.
87, 88. None of you were born.
Yeah.
10 years till we were born.
Yeah. So, Disco Dancer, first of all, Raj Kapoor was very famous in Russia because all his movies used to go there and they loved him.
Everywhere. Like,
Yeah. And not just in Russia, but Raj Kapoor was Raj Kapoor was a legend. But the other movie, when we went there, the movie that had just released was Disco Dancer with Mithun Chakraborty.
Yeah.
And that was used to be the conversation. People say, "Oh, Indian actor, you know Mithun?" So I said, "Yeah, I know Mithun, man. I mean, he's my
He's
old
my
buddy.
friend."
Do you want to meet him?" Should be like great conversation openers. And the Indian food, because I mean, it's sad, but you know they we used to get. Shashi Kapoor was a wonderful producer. So outside our hotel room, there was always a dabba. Because food was very difficult. You know, restaurants close early, and at that time it was tough. And we had there were a lot of vegetarians in our unit.
yeah.
So in the Soviet Union, when we went there, it was a challenge. You know.
Yeah.
So very kindly, Shashi Kapoor, who was not only was he a legend, but a wonderful producer, used to have a dabba, a food tiffin outside the rooms, in which is to have the regular dal, roti, sabzi, one non-vegetarian, so that you know the people could have a proper meal. Yeah, and that was another icebreaker kind of thing. I mean, you know, you want to have dinner. You know,
Come to my hotel room, I have a dabba.
You pulled out your dabba for a date.
come and have some dal, come and have some dal chawal with me. Yeah, dal chawal. Oh.
That would never work here though.
Now that's
Most definitely not.
Now it doesn't work. No, nobody's interested in dal chawal. Those days it was like a huge, big deal. Yeah.
Dal chawal was your wingman.
Yeah. Dal chawal, sabzi. Yeah.
So now it's difficult. Now it's just like texting online. If you enjoyed watching that clip from the Untriggered podcast, there's many more clips. There's one here, one here. Subscribe to this channel so that you see these clips daily. Thank you.